Hey guys, welcome back to the Weightlifting Lab. Matt here, and what we're doing today is we're going over the TFL and a couple of ways to release that muscle. So stick around, we're going to show you how to do it next. Alright, welcome back guys. So today's video is dedicated to the TFL and different ways to help release that muscle and release the stress of that muscle and release some stress in the hips, right? So a lot of the times that muscle can get overworked and underappreciated when it comes to after training release and mobility exercises and stretching and that sort of thing. So we just wanted to go through a couple of ways that you can actually hit that muscle that are not necessarily as known as, say, foam rolling. So here we go. The first one that I love myself, and I actually combine it with different stretches, is using my Booster Pro 3 gun. So it's a compression massager. You can get them at theweightliftinglab.com. So head on over there if you're interested in getting one. You can also get them at our Facebook page, The Weightlifting Lab, so check that out. But you just flick it on at the bottom, so you switch it to the on. And then your pressure sensing switches inside, but your pressure selecting is on the back here. So you just hit it once. There's level 1, level 2, level 3, and going back in time, or what I call the flux capacitor. I almost never use level 4. It is awesomely powerful. So for this one, let's do level 3. And then to find your TFL, you want to find the bony protuberance on your hip, so right there, okay? And what you want to do is work your way down 2 to 3 inches, so 1, 2, 3, and then across 2 to 3 inches. 1, 2, so you're roughly right there, and there's your TFL. So you want to go from that area, and I just go up and down, and then I'll go inside a little bit and up to the edge of the hip, pelvis, down, and then back over. It is not a huge muscle, so it doesn't require you to use a lot of surface area with the Booster Pro 3, but this is a great way to do it. Oh, right there. And then of course, if you feel some areas like that that are extra sensitive, they need a little bit of extra work, right? So that, remember, the tissue that's painful is typically not normal tissue, so it needs a little more work. So I'll typically do this for about 30 seconds to 1 minute, and then I'll add some sort of stretch for my hip flexors, for my TFL, and there's different things that you can do there as well. So I'll hit this with a little bit of compression massage for a little bit of extra, or percussion massage for a little bit of extra blood flow to that area, loosen things up, and then I'll hit it with some sort of stretch. Okay, feels so good I don't want to stop. Okay, so you don't have to use a Booster Pro 3. You can use any percussion massager. You can use some people have like the thumpers with the 2 massage heads on the top, and those will work just fine too. The great thing about this is it comes with different heads, so you can actually pinpoint and target muscle knots. There's a head that compresses, and it's made out of like almost some foam rubber, so it's great for a really sore areas. Like let's say you have bad delayed onset muscle soreness from after a workout, you can use the compression foam rubber head, and it will actually be nice and much more gentle on the specifically tight area or painful area. So lots of things you can do with a booster that maybe some of the other bigger massage guns or less powerful massage guns won't do as well, okay? So the next way to do it, to hit the TFL, and a good way to do it too, is to use either a broomstick, but in this case I have a dowel rod, but again, be creative. So use a broomstick, you can use a mop. I don't recommend using a Swiffer because they're a little bit too flimsy. But for this one, I want to lie down on my back, and same process. So find your ASIS, anterior superior iliac spine, so that little bony protuberance there on the front of your hip, and you want to work your way down 2 inches in, 2 inches down, and then 2 inches inside, outside, laterally, and that's going to be your TFL. So you might have to get onto your side a little bit,
But what you want to do is put your hands on either side of the rod, or dowel rod, or broomstick, and I'm just going to go side to side. Okay, so I'm going to put my head back so I can kind of relax while doing it, and then I'm going to move it down an inch, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And move it down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move it down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you could roll it up and down if you want to. You can roll it up and down with the TFL a little bit. I like to do a little bit of both, side to side, up and down. And then what I'd recommend too is to hit the quads from here as well. So you can work your way from just above the suprapatella pouch, or about an inch or 2 inches above the kneecap, and you just go side to side, side to side. You can do a little forward and back too. So it's almost side to side, forward and back. It's almost like rowing a boat. Move it up 2 or 3 inches, a little side to side, up again, up again, and so on. So this is a great way to do it. You can lie back and do it, but it gets a little bit hard to actually reach the area if you're going all the way down your quad. So more so lying back is just for the TFL. And then one thing to remember here too, guys, is that there is no cookbook recipe. Just because I'm lying back doesn't mean you have to lie back. Wherever you feel the tense tissue and the tissue that needs to be worked, wherever you can get to it the easiest is what you want to do. Okay, so if that means that you're here and on your side a little bit, and this really for you gets that area, then that's fine. Get in this position and get that area. Don't do anything that's going to cause you injury, obviously, or that hurts or hurts your neck or anything like that. Find areas that work for you, but don't be afraid to experiment a little bit, okay? So go slow with this sort of stuff. What you're trying to do is affect change in the tissue. You're trying to get more mobile. You're trying to have some relief in that tight tensor fascia lata area, right? You're trying to relieve tight quads and maybe relieve some patella strain, some tension over the kneecap so the kneecap tracks properly, or you don't have knee pain and such. So anyway, do what works for you guys, but what I'd recommend is doing it for at least 2 minutes each leg. And how you want to do that is basically do 30 seconds on one leg, move over and do 30 seconds on the other leg. Okay, and then switch back. So you do 2 rounds of that, and you've done a minute on each leg. So you do 4 rounds total each leg. Time flies by, and I promise you, just doing it is the hardest part. You will feel like $1 million after it's done. Try it. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And yeah, we'll see you again next time here at the Weightlifting Lab.
Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or you want to see a particular video made, please enter it in the comments section. I answer all comments. Thanks for supporting the Weightlifting Lab.